What's up, you guys? So it's Layla Lynn, and I'm back with a new video. In this video, I wanted to talk about the conversation between NeNe Leakes and T.S. Madison that NeNe Leakes had on the NeNe Leakes show, her new YouTube show, which I am loving. In another video, we might talk about the whole situation with Tamar and Tamar apologizing for what she said about Lonnie on the NeNe Leakes show. But in this video, I wanted to talk about it's trending the conversation with NeNe Leakes and T.S. Madison regarding NeNe Leakes saying that she would prefer not to date a man that was also attracted to trans women. It's just something she doesn't want to date. And so she had that conversation with T.S. Madison to her face, and it got a little tense. So we're talking about it in this video. But before we get into the video, if you're new to this channel, I'm Layla Lynn. I talk about celebrity news and nostalgia as well as hot topics sometimes. So make sure you subscribe, click the thumbs up button, leave a comment, share this video on social media, do all of the YouTube things to support this channel. All right, so this is a portion that was shared on the Shade Room. This is a portion of a longer conversation, so it is missing some context. So before we get into it, let me just give you some context. Like I said, NeNe, interviewed T.S. Madison. During the conversation, NeNe did mention that on a different podcast, I don't know if it was T.S. Madison or the podcast host, have referred to NeNe as a trainee. And they were specifically pronouncing it as trainee, but they were saying it as a compliment. Like in their community, they were saying it as a compliment, like she looks good. But I don't know if NeNe took it that way. So, in my opinion, in this conversation, NeNe is a little bit rude to T.S. Madison. It's kind of like gloves off. But I feel like maybe she is that way because they called her a trainee on a different podcast. So keep in mind that is the context of what's going on here.
If I know him?
Yeah, that doesn't. Do you only know gay men?
Well, I don't date gay men.
Well,
okay. So this is what threw NeNe off. Let me let it play out, and then we'll listen to it again. This is what threw NeNe off when T.S. Madison says she doesn't date gay men, and I understand what she's saying. I understand both sides, and I feel like I built my channel on explaining both sides of the situation. So we'll get into my commentary in a second.
okay. Well, I when you guys be saying that, that's weird.
Why?
Because what do you mean you don't date gay men? Because if he is sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something.
Well, he's not gay.
What is he?
He's definitely not gay.
He's bi?
Listen, because if a man come in here and he looks at me and you,
Yeah. What is
and
he?
well, he likes women.
Yeah, because he doesn't know.
And
But-
if he does know, he likes women.
Okay.
Now-
So, but what is he?
Well,
He's bisexual?
he could be bi or he could be pan.
Okay, what was pan? I forgot.
A
That means
pansexual-
you be whatever you like.
Hearts,
Pan.
not hearts.
Right.
A lot of men are pan, but they don't say anything. Like a
I
lot of
don't want to run into them. I don't want to date him.
NeNe, if you've dated men,
Yeah.
there's a possibility in your life that
He's been with a man.
he's been with something.
I
Would
have.
you date him if I know him?
Yeah, that doesn't. Do you only know gay men?
Well, I don't date gay men.
So if you go on social media, Twitter and stuff like that, people are kind of coming down on NeNe for saying, do you only know gay men? But if you listen to what T.S. Madison said, she is the one that started that conversation. Like, would you date him if I know him? Almost implying like the man she was referring to would be in the LGBT community, like it would be a gay man. So in my opinion, that's why NeNe responded that way. She responded to what T.S. Madison said.
Well, okay. Well,
And then this is the thing. When T.S. Madison says she doesn't date gay men, this is two sides, okay? First of all, as a woman dating a man, let's just say you're a Black woman and you're dating a white man, and somebody says, oh, you only date men with a fetish for Black women or for women of color. You would say, I don't date men with a fetish, because you would affirm your man. If you're dating a man, you would affirm his preference. You would affirm that, no, it's not a fetish. Like, this is real love. You would affirm your man, right? So imagine if you're a trans woman and someone says that the man you're dating basically is dating you because he had a fetish for trans women and they're calling him gay. You would say, no, I don't date gay men, because that affirms him. That affirms that part of him that may be insecure about being attracted to trans women. It affirms him that, no, I'm not gay. I'm attracted to women, whether they're biological women or women of a trans experience. I'm attracted to women. So that's how you affirm your man. If you understand how to talk to men, which I do have, I have a live group coaching session June 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you feel kind of lost, like maybe you're saying the wrong things, you're coming across the wrong way, maybe you're not doing the things you need to do when you talk to your partner or your boyfriend or someone that you want to partner with, a male person. June 30th, 7 p.m. There's a link in my description box. I'll also put in the comment section. Join me and let's talk about it. I've built my whole platform on my voice, like how I talk to people and things like that. And so if you feel like you're open to advice on how to talk to a man to get like the best out of him, we're talking about that June 30th. So make sure you register for my live group coaching. That's number one. I feel like what T.S. Madison is doing is affirming the men that date her. And then number two, from my understanding, when it comes to like traditional gay men, they're attracted to like masculinity, like that's what they like. And a transgender woman wouldn't give masculinity; she is given femininity. So I understand both sides of that, but I just want to point that out so that it doesn't throw people off. When you see a trans woman affirm the sexuality of her man, she's just affirming her man.
You know, when you guys be saying that, that's weird.
Why?
Because what do you mean you don't date gay men? Because if he is sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something.
Okay. And so I think this is where it kind of starts to get personal because NeNe is saying if he's sleeping with you, not just saying a trans woman in general, but if he's sleeping with you, then it's something. It's starting to get personal. And this is why I was explaining to you the context before, why I think NeNe is talking to her the way she is, why it's kind of like a gloves off conversation.
Well, he's not gay.
What is he?
He's definitely not gay.
He's bi?
Listen, because if a man come in here and he looks at me and you,
Yeah. What is he?
Well, he likes women.
Yeah, because he doesn't know.
So this is a lot right here because transgender women most of the time do present as women. It seems like that's their goal, to transition as women. And when it comes to the definition of women, there, you know how in the dictionary it'll be like multiple definitions. The main one is an adult female. So NeNe is like a little bit lost or pretending to be lost for the conversation. But then there's also the definition when it comes to gender, just like race, gender can be seen as a social construct. And so for transgender women to say that they're women and to claim womanhood is kind of like they're saying their social experience. Like if they move through the world as a woman, especially if they're not obviously transgender, if they move through the world as a woman, when they're walking down the street, they are perceived as a woman, then they're speaking to their womanhood. But for NeNe, and I would think for most people consider a woman an adult female.
And if he does know, he likes women.
Okay.
Now,
so, but what is he?
Well,
He's bisexual?
He could be bi or he could be pan.
Okay, what was pan? I forgot. That means you be whatever you like.
Hearts,
pan.
Not parts.
Right.
A lot of men are pan, but they don't say anything. Like
I don't want to run into them. I don't want to date him.
NeNe, if you
this is where it's about to get ugly.
You've dated men.
Yes.
There's a possibility in your life that
he's been with a man.
He's been with something. Would you date him if I know him?
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go on to the second part of the conversation.
The man,
now we talking.
Yeah, so the man gonna be sleeping with me and you. I don't want to talk to him no more.
See, that's what a part that feels real personal to tell somebody to their face. If a man is dating you, imagine saying that to a friend of yours. Like, if a man is dating you, I can't date him. I know I don't want him. If he dated you, he ain't for me. It's rude. But I feel like NeNe is being like that because they call her a trainee on a different podcast.
You don't?
No.
Because
see, he's not telling me the truth. 9 times out of 10, the guy seemed like he would come and tell me that he's bisexual. So what if he never told me? Isn't he lying to me? You said they wake up and lie.
They do.
So he woke up and lied.
But how is it? How can we make men comfortable?
That's the thing. That's the thing. She apparently at some point, T.S. Madison pointed out that men, wake up and lie. So it's like we're having this conversation about men, but at the same time, a lot of times when it comes to women and transgender women, men can be predators. Like a man could harm both T.S. Madison and NeNe Leakes, both for their femininity, for their womanhood. Like a lot of women get harmed by men because they're women. They're pregnant. It might take them out because they got pregnant with his child. He might take them out after he SAs them, which happens to do with their womanhood because of their femininity. And with transgender women, it's like it's not safe. It's not safe. Men, and not all men, but men are a danger to both. But the conversation is going to go into how to protect men's feelings. And that goes back to what I was saying about affirming your man. Like what T.S. Madison was saying to me about I don't date gay men is a way to affirm the men she's dating. And now, listen.
To even say that they find other things outside.
I don't know, but I feel like he should tell me what he likes.
But here's the thing: you might demonize him for telling.
I won't. I just probably won't.
So the focus is on not demonizing the man. How do you protect that man? How do you make a safe space for that man? That's what T.S. Madison is asking NeNe, because the focus is on how to protect that man. But when it comes to predators against women, both biological women and trans women, a lot of times it's biological men.
Won't be with him.
Yeah, that is correct. And then men risk. They risk losing that. You know, there's some men that have experiences, just like there are women that have had an experience.
Still, he's coming over there looking at your beautiful hair and makeup. Well, he can't come over my house and see mine.
Well, yeah.
Well, what's going on?
Well, yeah.
The man.
Now we talking.
Yeah, so the man gonna be sleeping with me and you. I don't want to talk to him no more.
You don't?
No.
And I'm sure T.S. Madison has had this conversation before, heard all of this before, but, she's playing like she hasn't, like she's surprised, like, oh, you don't? But we know she knows how a lot of women, think. So this person, a lot of people are talking about NeNe on social media. Like I said, it's a hot topic. This person, Return of the Butch Queen, said it's not wrong for NeNe to prefer a man that's not pansexual or bisexual. The problem is, well, I don't want to sleep with a man if he sleeps with you. That you is very nasty, so nasty and so rude. And it lets us know she doesn't view trans women as women. When it comes to attraction, cis hetero people are so wrapped up in body parts when attraction is so much deeper than your genitalia. So this person, a lot of people speak their opinion as if it's factual. So when this person says attraction is so much deeper than your genitalia, for some people, it starts at your genitalia. For some people, they're not attracted to you unless you have the genitalia that they want. So it's kind of like a foundation for a lot of people. Before attraction comes, they have to know what your genitalia is. But again, a lot of people speak their opinion as if it's factual. Someone else said, Moaning Myrtle said, and a man like me would have asked, what's so wrong with me that a man can't sleep with me, then sleep with you? What does that exactly do to the man? Which it doesn't do anything to the man. It's just his preference. It's his preference and it's NeNe's preference. The same person say, here come all the people. And this is why y'all's boyfriends and husbands stay in the closet, this exact mindset. So that's kind of blaming women for men not being more open about their sexuality, which a lot of times is a problem for women. You know what I mean? Like, why can't a woman like NeNe have a choice? If she wants to be with someone that's bisexual or pansexual, why can't she have a choice? And a lot of times you see the blame always falling on women from the start, from Adam and Eve. They wrote that into the Bible, blame the woman. And women get tired of that. Women get tired of getting blamed for men's decisions. Someone else, Young Miracle, said, I think NeNe came from a genuine place. They can agree to disagree. I didn't see this as insulting. Now, personally, part of it I did when it comes to the you. If a man sleeps with you, I don't want to sleep with him. That was personal. So I did see that as somewhat insulting, but the trainee comment could also be seen as insulting. But someone else said, I find it amazing that you all have a problem with everyone's preference that doesn't affect you all. A person cannot understand or desire something and still champion and support it. I'm a gay man that wants a man. Doesn't mean I don't like, support, or champion trans people. And that's what I was saying about traditional gay men in like the LGBT community. A gay man would be someone that's attracted to a man, like a biological man, masculinity, those type of things. So I think pansexual would be the right term. Someone else said they're just trying to get an understanding. There's books on it, honestly. The ideas and people's thoughts, and it changes all of the time. So do not fault cis straight women for not understanding. There's many people in the gay community that still don't understand. Someone else said, this look was everything I thought in my head while watching this. Someone else said it's sex, male and female, and gender, man/masculine, woman/feminine, are different than a male man dating/sleeping with a transgender woman whose sex is also male, means that the sexuality of both parties would be anything but hetero. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. This is what's trending. In another video, we'll talk about Tamar and what she said about Lonnie and trying to take it back, as if you can take back the things you put out on social media. Leave a comment, share your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Now, if you made it this far to the end of the video, then I think you like my content. So make sure you subscribe and check out my channel. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. Check out my playlist and my podcast, and I assure you, you will like more of my content.